We are the Goon Squad. Welcome to My Brother's an Idiot. Yes, the podcast where we talk about fun stuff and argue with each other and do things. It's a good time. Thank you for joining
Frank,
us.
Before we get going, I got to ask you, what's going on with your boy Daniel Jones up there? What kind of substances is he on?
I think crank, if I'm guessing.
Bro, did you guys see that? I know Matt saw this video because he commented on the link I posted, but Frank, did you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, those things were moving independently of his body like Michael Flatley's feet.
Explains why he almost ran 24 miles an hour a couple years ago.
And then tripped on a blade of grass.
Yeah, and then tripped on the grass and ate the ground. Yeah.
I couldn't watch that interview with the sound on and take him seriously at the same time.
Oh no, I was gonna say I couldn't stop watching it with the sound on. I didn't need to take him seriously. That was amazing.
Mark, you put it on the Goon Squad Twitter, and I responded. It reminded me a lot of Adam Gase from a few years ago. He had the
smelling
exact look. Yeah, like
the smelling salts.
Yeah, just a crazed.
It was that fucking Adam Gase smelling salt shit.
Goon, there's Toaster. What's up, buddy? Coming in hard with the goon.
Yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Toast, man. He was gonna come in and see me today, and I had to tell him no because I was having a day. So I appreciated him holding off. So I do miss you, buddy, but today was not the day. Anyways, go on. Carry on.
No, plot twist. I'm coming in to see you tomorrow.
Hell yeah. Can't wait.
All right.
It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, we'll make it a good day. And your buddy Ricky from CCD is coming in too. So.
Oh, I haven't seen Ricky in a minute.
Yeah. Ricky Green.
I haven't seen him in a few years.
You just saw him like 3 or 4 months ago.
Did I? Where?
At the restaurant, because he showed you the Sunboy stuff. He said you were really excited about it.
That's right. I forgot. Okay, sorry. So it's still been a minute.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah. Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there right and open. Anyway, let's get into it. We've got really what seems like two diverging playoff paths here, guys. If you'd asked me 3 months ago, I would have told you we were definitely on a course for two potential parades, and it just doesn't look like we're going to get them both. So we'll get into the hard conversation first. Avalanche and Jets. So the Avalanche have their first playoff series in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and the road to 16W has been set. They are going to play Winnipeg. Mark, the last 3 or 4 weeks have been interesting in old Avalanche land.
I would like to state for the record that since the end of last season, I have said the same thing, and this team needs two things. One is a goaltender, which they still don't have, and two is Gabriel Landeskog, who they still don't have and is not coming back, guys. I know he's been skating, but that's all it is. It's just skating. This team is doomed. The Winnipeg has their number. They're going on the road in this series. It does not look good for these guys. Their two goaltender situation is not great. Nathan McKinnon's probably going to win a trophy, but they're not going to get out of the first round. It may be mission 16W for most guys, but I'm thinking like mission 3.
Yeah, Mark brings up the goaltending situation, and it hasn't been outstanding, but the play in front of those guys has not been great either, Tank. I was at the game on Saturday, and Georgie gave up 4 goals. Not a single one of those goals was his fault. You had Sammy Girard getting muscled past the crease for an easy tip. You had Jack Johnson with a goofy-ass pass from behind the net that turned into a goal. You had Manson couldn't leverage a guy out of the crease, ended up in a goal, and then a wild shot from the point that gets tipped by our own guy in front and scored. None of those were Georgie's fault. They just had to make a change, and it was the worst 60 minutes of hockey I've seen this team play, maybe ever. That goes back to the 42-point season.
Yeah, it's been very lackluster defensively. Even Georgie's doing his best, and sometimes that's not quite enough, unfortunately. But the defense is the killer right now. They're playing in their own zone constantly. And they're playing in their own zone and then not doing anything effectively. There is no effective defense. They're getting outplayed, getting outsped somehow with the supposed talent that's there. It's horrifying to watch, to be honest. But
No, if you got another point, go ahead. I'll jump in.
but that's it. It's bad. It's bad defense. Bad defense everywhere, and Georgie's not getting a break, and that's he's not great when he's running on 1,000 hours constantly, but it's also not great when he's getting zero time to take a break during the game.
So real quick before we go back to you, Matt, I just want to interject one more thing, and it does go back to the goaltending. 2 years ago, we had Darcy Kemper here, and he was not a great goaltender. He was good, but he was serviceable. And also, he only had one eyeball for a good majority of a lot of that Stanley Cup. And the defense picked him up. They had to. And they were able to, and they played for Darcy. They bought in. I don't think in the 2 years that we've had Georgie behind the net that this team has bought in as him being the goaltender. And so they don't have his back as much as they did Darcy. And I think that's part of it. It goes back to goaltending because that's not the guy that team believes in.
Well, and the reality is that Georgie leads the league in wins right now, which a lot of people would be surprised by that.
But how many games has he played?
And the reason he's leading the league isn't because he's the most efficient. He's not the most efficient on saves. It's because he literally is always on the ice, and it's killing him at this point.
Yes.
But let's not forget, this guy made the All-Star team this year. Literally was one of the best goalies in the league the first half of the year. It's been the last half of the season where something's happened in how they're playing hockey and how they're playing hockey in front of him. It's not been good. And this team is going to be in a lot of trouble. Winnipeg is a terrible matchup. I mean, that first period, they were outshot 16-3.
Yeah, Winnipeg crushed them not even a week ago.
Right. 7-0.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, well, I know. I was there with Winnipeg fans, much to my chagrin.
I keep forgetting they're around.
Great.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that's a thing.
Right. Well, they're not even from here. She's from Winnipeg. They live in Tahoe.
Jesus.
And he's from South Carolina. I know.
That's fun.
It's the most random thing ever. Lovely people, but God damn, that was rough. That was a hard day. I got really drunk.
Yeah. Probably a good idea at that point.
And my man Toaster, who's seen a lot of live hockey this year, he has been to, I don't know how many games you've actually been to, but I'm going to guess in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 games this year, maybe more. He's been watching a lot of Georgie, so he's not great. Period. The end of the sentence. That's a good point, Toast man.
Yeah.
I am interested to see what happens between me and Michaela's teams on the other side of the bracket.
Oh, yeah. It's Toronto and Boston, huh?
That's going to be fun.
We'll break that one down. How's that one?
Oh, man, it's going to be ugly. The edge, I think, slightly goes to Toronto just by pure ratio of they've tried this a bunch of times. Eventually, they're going to win. I think Michaela needs a win here in the first round just to keep her from eating more ding-dongs than there are created, or some form of, other killing yourself by food that she would do if the Leaves lost again in the first round. But
dude, I'm going the exact opposite way. I think
the edge really goes to, and that's the thing is the edge really goes to Boston goaltending, offense, defense, and the captain coolness. The only thing that Toronto has going.
You can't be cool if you lick
yes,
faces.
You can.
I'm just gonna say that
you
right
can.
Now.
That is a lie. But
no,
I will tell you that Toronto, and this is a shout out because Michaela asked me to say this, and this is where I'm going to shoehorn this in.
Go ahead.
Michaela is very excited that Austin Matthews scored 69 goals this year.
Yeah, what a fucking performance,
nice. Man. No, it's just nice.
Nice. Just nice. Yeah, it's just nice.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got to say about that.
Didn't get to 70.
69.
Yeah, and he's still led by 12, and they didn't get to 70. He's leading by 12. That's crazy.
69.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. What are you drinking there?
So you know the same brand, the Ouroboros, that I was drinking the martinis in a can.
Aquafresca.
Yeah. So this is no, that was the martini with the olive oil in it.
Okay.
This one is ginger Meyer lemon. We just got it today, so it's delicious. It's really, really good. So it's just a little hint of lemon, but it's just nice subtle ginger, and it's very nice. These guys do a really good job.
That's good.
They do. I've enjoyed all the products we've had from them. We got the strawberry basil thing that we get from them too. It's super good.
Hell yeah.
And this has
right.
been Mocktail Minute.
Sure.
So there has to be. We can't just go through this and say, all right, they're going to get crushed. There's got to be a path for the Avalanche to actually at least be competitive in the series, if not win, because realistically, we're thinking this doesn't look good, especially the last, like I said, the last 3-4 weeks just been bloody awful. But what's the path here, Tank? What do they need to do to actually win the series?
I think biggest thing, honestly, is not play in their own zone. They are spending so much time on their side of the ice that what are you going to do? They're not getting enough shots on goal. They're taking way too many shots, and then they're not defending them correctly. So they need to pick up on both sides of the ice. They need to get in the opposing zone, and they need to defend when they're in theirs. It's a lot of work. It's a whole team effort at this point.
Mark?
I was going to say tilt the ice like Frank said, but most importantly, if you out there in radio, wherever land, you guys want to see the Avalanche have any shot at this, Toaster, I'm talking to you, you get on betmgm.com and you hammer the over in every single one of these games because they're going to need to fucking score, and they're going to need to score a fucking ton. So hammer the over in every single one of these games. That's how they win. They got out.
We're already hammering
the over in every single one.
Yeah, and I don't think they can get stuck with trying to find the perfect shot. I think they need to get a little bit more grindy. They need to get a little bit more greasy and just put pucks on net and let it just happen.
Yeah.
What
green check marks?
What?
Yeah, they need to be putting up 40 shots a game at least.
He agrees with hammering the over.
Oh, there we go. There's the green check marks. I didn't see. Get pucks deep. There you go. Dump and chase, man. Got to grind it out.
Pucks on goaltender. Put it on the body.
Yep. Put pucks on the net.
Minimum of 40 to 50 shots a game.
And I feel like, Matt, you're right. Part of the reason that the Avalanche have trouble in their own offensive net is they try to get too cute. And you're right. They just play gritty hockey and put the puck on the net. It's going to go in. You have some of the best athletes on your team. Put the puck on the net.
And that's been the curse. That's been a curse this franchise has fought since 1995. Yes. They have always on occasion got into trying to get the perfect shot, and instead you get all this pretty passing that ends up with no shot. And I guarantee you will not score on the shots that you don't take. Right? It's just, you don't get it there, you're not going to make the shot. Right? That's just how it works. So they've got to get more presence in front of the net. They've got to just put pucks on the goaltender and get it in any way they can. And God forbid, they actually take the first game. It might help quite a bit, but the way they've been playing the last month, I have zero confidence they're going to be.
And you're right. Yeah, like I just said, the last month, like the amount of shots that they're not taking, there's so many lost possessions where they don't even get close to the net. They're not going anywhere near the net, and they're just losing possessions all over the place.
Blue line to blue line, they've been terrible since the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Yep, very true. All right, Mark, did they get a win in this series?
I said mission 3W. I'm not sure that they're going to get to 3. I do believe they're going to get 2 out of this series, both here in Colorado.
Okay, so you're calling
Jets
in 6.
If the Avalanche can split in Winnipeg, they will get to Game 7 and get beat in the 7th game. But I don't have any faith in them going. I think it's going to go 6 or 7.
Tank, what do you think?
I'm also leaning towards 6 on this one. I think they get the 2 at home early, and then they ends early. Unfortunately, unless they can somehow do something defensively, this team they don't have anything. They're going to get outscored because Winnipeg can score too. So
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think 1 or 2 games is probably the most they're going to win, and I am hoping to be pleasantly surprised. Right? I mean, 7 games would be a fucking miracle.
And they have
the way that they.
Go ahead, Frank.
I was going to say, and they have a legitimate goalie too right now. That dude's playing out of his fucking mind.
Hellebuck is playing really well, and he was out. I mean, the stuff that he did see on Saturday, he was outstanding.
I am absolutely terrified that they're only going to get 1 or 2 games out of this, and then they're going to do something stupid like fire their coach, even though it has nothing to do with the coaching situation. I don't know if what he's historically done with first round exits, somebody's going to have to be responsible for this at the end of the day, right? And I don't think Joe Sakic's going to put the blame on himself, and that's why I can see maybe them doing something stupid at the end of the year if something goes horribly wrong here.
I don't necessarily think this is a win or heads will roll situation, though. I mean, they're 2 seasons removed from a cup win. This is a franchise that has been in contrast to the rest of
hockey,
NHL hockey culture.
I know where you're going.
Has been historically loyal. Yeah. I mean, they've kept the captain around for 2 years when everybody knows we're never going to see him on the ice again, but they're doing everything they can to give him a chance. I've seen the footage of Gabe skating as much as anybody else has. He's not skating. He's moving around on the ice. I mean, what I saw today, he was going backwards, and I was in pain watching that happen, and I can't skate a lick, right?
I'm just worried that Joe Sakic is going to have to answer somehow here, and you have the MVP of hockey. You've got the best offensive and maybe 2-way defensive, player in the league in Cale Makar, and I just worry that there's going to have to be somebody to answer for, and I could see it happening. I don't want to see it. I think he's a great guy, and I'm with you, but this is professional hockey, and heads roll all the time. I'd hate to see it, but I'm scared that it might if things go badly in Winnipeg.
Tank, what do you think?
I don't think anyone gets fired this year at this point. But if there is a continuation of this kind of they're scoring but not finishing properly, that maybe next year you could see someone get, chopped off at the legs. But I don't think it's going to happen this year.
I agree, but it scares me that option is on the table this early in the, post cup year,
Yeah, true.
It's just weird. Professional sports is weird like that. I just don't want to see it happen, and I have this weird feeling in my stomach like it might.
I get that.
I hate it when you put your tinfoil hat.
Oh, it's so weird, though, because it's so right sometimes, Like, God, I've been so right about some of those things.
Let's move on to a better and more fun topic. So, by virtue of the collapse of Zion Williamson's hamstring, the Lakers move on and get the honor of playing the Nuggets in the first round of the NBA playoffs. And I don't know if you guys got a chance to. I know, Mark, you were watching it. I was listening to it. That game was awful. New Orleans' game to win until Zion ripped his hamstring to shreds and had to leave with like 2 minutes left of the game with the game tied, and your best player leaves. And they've got some parts there, but they don't have anything like Zion. So kudos to the Lakers. You pulled one out, but now guess what? Congratulations. You get to play your daddy. One more thing about the game last night. New Orleans choked that game away just by giving up as many free throws as they did. They had some stupid fouls. There were some, LeBron's always going to get his, but there were a couple of those that I was like,
why are you doing that there? That's dumb. And there was frustration stuff, and they could have gotten 4 or 5 points out of that if they're not committing those dumb fouls. Zion's going down.
And they didn't hit a shot.
Yeah, that's right. It was an awfully played game on both sides. Like I forget how awful ISO basketball is until I'm watching it. We've had the pleasure of not having to watch ISO basketball in Denver, Colorado because of what we have here. And then going back and watching Lakers and Zion playing it, it's horrendously bad basketball to watch. And I forgot about that. And it was a tough watch, but there were like 3 or 4 fouls. And I'm like, that was going to happen if you did that. Just let him go for the basket. He's been terrible. He's going to miss it. Why are you doing that? And that's what gave up the game for New Orleans for me. And then Zion going out, the heart of the team's gone,
Yeah.
So
I agree with you on that. The Lakers are going to get their call, especially LeBron. He's going to get his calls constantly. Don't give him extras. Don't give him extras with stupid shit. That killed them.
And I saw a stat, and I don't remember the exact number. I'll see if I can find it before we get off. But the Lakers have shot, I think, 100+ more free throws this year than the next closest.
It's
team.
more than 100.
And that's the way
it's 400 in the last 3
years.
years.
Yeah, it's an insane amount.
I'm just talking about this.
Yeah.
Right?
It was like 100. It was like 150
or
or 175 or something like that. It's just fucking bonkers.
Since their bubble win, it's 400 more than the next closest team. That's absurd.
100
yeah,
year.
that is such a gross number. Yeah.
There's only 82 basketball games, guys.
Yeah.
So the Nuggets get to take on the Lakers and the worst general manager in the league in one, LeBron James.
I forgot Kevin Love was playing basketball until tonight.
That's right.
He is. Yes, he is still in the league.
He's
Still in the league.
playing.
He had 5 points tonight.
Still playing.
That is
anyway.
fantastic.
Sorry, that was funny.
Yeah, whatever. However, it is the defending champs. You've got the MVP, the Finals MVP, the presumptive season MVP for this year, and the Lakers are coming in. Tank, what do the Lakers have to do to survive?
Fall down a lot.
Shit. I mean,
And they're gonna anyway.
get the refs on their side is where it's going to start, and then AD not getting injured is going to be completely necessary, and then LeBron getting his shots to fall, which he's been very inconsistent with this year, and then Jokic breaking his leg. I think.
Jesus Christ!
Why the fuck? Would
I
you
have
put
got
that out
wood
in the
right in
universe?
front of me. Can you hear
Why?
this? I'm moving the microphone. I know
Why
it sounds
would you
bad.
put that out in the
Jesus
fucking universe?
Christ.
Good.
Oh, you haven't seen that? That's been all over the place.
No,
I've seen it nonstop. That is what everyone's already at the point. Like he needs to get injured. I'm like, yeah, okay, but if that's how your team's gonna win, holy shit! How little do you think of your team if that's your perspective? Is that the only way to win is Joker to not be there?
And here's the thing. So in order to do that, you've got to wear him down. And in order to wear him down, you've got to have
That's a
body
man who
to it.
lives on the internet commenting up there.
Oh, I've seen it repeatedly. Maybe I'm just in the wrong groups.
So who is it on the Lakers that can stand up to the pounding of trying to play Joker in the post? Game in and game out. Nobody. AD
I hope
is
it's
hurt.
Austin
He's
Reeves.
already hurt. He's got a back. And he can't stay on his feet.
Not only that, but Aaron Gordon
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
KCP.
and KCP.
And Jamal Murray's not an unphysical basketball player.
Don't give me that Rui Hachimura bullshit, Toaster. Get that shit right out of here. Rui Hachimura is
I was
mid
waiting for that.
and will always be mid and is always going to be mid. He is not that guy. Get out of here with that.
They also the Lakers have the most punchable man in sports.
Yeah, Austin Reeves.
Austin
yeah.
Reeves.
I hope it's Austin
Yeah.
Reeves who covers Joker. Just to watch him catch an elbow at one point.
It's never going to happen.
Gonna fold him over in half.
See if he pushes him like one of the Morris twins, and so he just decks him.
I did. So we all know that the Lakers got swept by these Nuggets last year. We all know that the Nuggets have the best starting five in basketball. That's undeniable. I heard an interesting stat today, and this one I do remember exactly what it was. This starting five is great. Exactly. Thank you, Captain.
I was saying great for remembering what you were going to talk about.
Oh, yeah. So
great.
And we all know that the Lakers have not beat the Nuggets this year. So they're 0-8 in their last 8 games against the Nuggets. They've lost to them 3 times this year. The starting five has played 22 minutes together against the Lakers this year in total. And they're still 3-0.
That's hilarious.
That's
hilarious.
A ridiculous stat. That's what that is.
That's funny as hell.
Right.
That's funny as fuck, actually.
That's absurd. How is that?
That's really funny as fuck stats. Do. That works. We like that jingle.
Yeah, I do. Good one. We'll put that one in the can, I guess.
It's right up there with my old man stats.
Yeah, funny as fuck stats. do. So, and that just speaks to the way that this team plays, right, guys? What is happening? Oh, never mind.
Nothing.
Chatbot.
Get out of here.
Chatbot. Get out of here, chatbot. If you're listening to us at home, the Twitch chatbot is yelling at us for something. And we didn't do
we had a brief pause there as we realized there was a paragraph next to us.
Yeah, I know. Like, who wrote
that giant
novel?
like,
what is that?
Toaster, what are you talking about? And then I realized it wasn't.
Yeah, that's not Toaster.
No, it's not an emote.
No. Tank, one of the issues that has surrounded this team in the last couple of years, and it certainly has also risen its ugly head this year, has been the play of the bench. We all know that as you go through the NBA playoffs, the bench is shorter. What do you see coming from the bench in the playoffs? Who do you see it being? What's your prediction on how they're going to play? Take it away.
I think we're going to see the people that we talked about like a couple weeks ago. I think we'll see Watson coming off the bench. More than likely, we'll see Jackson coming off the bench. I don't know who else. Who do you think? It's hard to think. Maybe Jordan, Braun. Well, obviously Braun. Yeah, Christian Brown's coming off the bench. Yes, I'm thinking if they get to 9, it'd be Jordan maybe, but. Yeah, and all you're going to need to see from them is the defense from Watson is going to need to be there at some point. The scoring from Jackson's going to need to be there at some point, and then just the burst of energy that Christian provides is going to be there some point.
We got tournament CB, baby. Are you kidding me? This guy's got to play. He hasn't lost in a playoff game since high school, even before that. He won his high school championship. He won the only time he played at Kansas. Didn't lose a game. He's going into the playoffs. He's got to play, and he's hot going into the playoffs. This guy is on fire. You've got to play CB as much as you can. Peyton Watson's going to be great. You're right. DeAndre Jordan's going to be there just because he's been around. He's going to be a guy. Reggie Jackson's going to be there, but CB's your big 6 there. He's your guy right now. He's your number 6.
Very possibly.
I can see CB coming off the bench first in relief of Jamal because he can play a little bit of that point. And let's be honest, every one of those starting 5 can play point. They all bring up the ball at one point or another. Joker famously does it more probably than just about anybody else because why not have the ball in the big guy's hands? But yeah. CB, and Mark brought it up, CB in the last 2 or 3 weeks has been just on fire. And I think that game against Minnesota really turned the corner for him in terms of his confidence. I think he was struggling with his confidence in the middle part of the year. And those 2 dunks on Gobert, good, sweet Christmas. This kid is unbelievable when he gets in the right frame of mind in terms of just going at somebody. And all right, I'll just throw it down on you. I don't care who you are.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. The only issue he's had recently is a couple silly turnovers, but I think that's okay because he makes up for it on the other end. he makes up for it when he's on point. So if the goofy turnover every once in a while doesn't kill it, I think. So he should be all right.
And then you bring in the defensive Peyton Watson. Yeah, go ahead, Mark.
No, I was agreeing. Yeah. CB.
What is going on over there?
Treats, drinks.
Treats.
Yeah. Dogs getting treats. There are drinks happening. Carry on.
Drinks and treats for the animals and treats for the ladies.
Treats and treats.
There you go.
Treats and treats.
And, I don't think enough can be said for, and we've mentioned it before in this podcast, but I don't think enough can be said about the masterful job that Michael Malone has done with this team this year to the last 2 years, especially the way he handled the playoffs. He is the current master of the mind game in the league. He's going to find ways to get into the heads of the Lakers. And let's be honest here, guys, the Lakers are as soft mentally as I've ever seen them. AD can't stay on his feet because he is soft. What are you doing?
He's showing us the refrigerator for some fucking reason.
No, I was showing you that there's at least one of our siblings that doesn't watch the podcast, and that's because they're trying to get in touch with us now.
Okay.
So it might be coming to you next.
I may just fucking answer it.
Might as well give it a shot.
We've done that before.
We'll see what happens. Right.
Sometimes it works out for us.
Right. And it's a team that's dinged up. We talked about AD's back. LeBron's been fighting a foot for most of the season. I don't see how they can win more than one game out of this series here, fellas.
What was the question?
Can they win more than one game?
Oh, okay. No. One, yes, but no.
Focus.
See, I was thinking that too. I'm thinking they're going to steal one. I think they're going to steal one game, and it's going to be closed out immediately after that.
I was so confused on why Colin Gillespie was getting so many minutes towards down the stretch there, and Toaster heard me going off on one of those rants because he can't play in the playoffs.
No, that's why.
He's ineligible.
Yeah, he's not eligible for playoffs.
Right. So why were they playing him down the stretch? It didn't
Give other
make
guys
any
a
sense
break.
to me. It just didn't make any sense. I get it, but it still is like he was getting significant minutes. I'm like, you're trying to figure out your bench, and this guy's in here? Okay.
Yeah, but Gillespie played in the games where Jamal wasn't. That was
I get it.
He's the third string guy. So when Jamal's not in the game and he sat out for 3 weeks with the knee, and Reggie had to start, so you have to have a backup for him, and that the next person would be Colin Gillespie, right? So
yeah, it just felt weird when you were trying to figure out what you had on your bench, and you were playing a guy or two or three that are ineligible for the playoffs. It just felt weird to me. I don't know. I get it. It just felt weird.
And maybe they're thinking about bringing Colin up next year for permanently. Maybe that's what happens.
So you might be right, but it still felt weird. It still felt weird.
Well, and
that's all I'm saying. It's fine. It just didn't make any sense to me when we were trying to figure out who you're not your 6, 7, your 8, your 7, 8, 9 at that point.
Yeah,
and we were playing that guy significant minutes, and I'm like, okay,
yeah. No, I get it. I think most of it was give their guys a break leading into the playoffs. Give him a little bit of time, see how he works with the first team a little bit. And
there's no doubt, he can play, right?
Oh yeah, that dude's gonna be a unit once he gets moved up.
Yeah, and once he figures it out, unit. And Peyton Watson's in the same boat, right? He can jump out of the
unit
gym.
too.
He hit a shot every.
How do you guys know about the unit?
So I mean, you've seen the shadow.
Fucking
Jesus.
Jesus.
Did you say the shadow?
That shadow that Watson casts whenever he's on the court
makes him a unit.
It does too right now. Good sweet guy. Chicago's up my mind. Fucking hell, we've gone so far off the rails.
Tell me, Frank, do you often stare at the shadows of the units?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, Matt, what else you got for us tonight?
I mean, watch MLB these days, and you can't help but see the shadows.
That's not a shadow.
That's
moving
not
on.
a shadow. That's not a shadow.
Pants. Those are see-through pants.
That is just the.
I saw TikTok today.
That's the unit.
Yeah,
That is
I
the
saw
unit.
TikTok today. This guy had stitched. Somebody was talking about the pants, right, being see-through. It started off, Major League Baseball's got a huge problem, and you can see right through the pants, and we need to change this. And this guy cuts in. He's like, no, excuse me, no, we do not have a problem. No problem here. It was hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. Good on you, bud.
The fact that they're wearing tissue paper as
I
pants.
actually know guys like that too. Like,
Yes, so do I.
we're enjoying it. We are fans of Fanatics.
Right. We like baseball now. I think the line that he said.
You said
if
they wear what?
The line that
We
got
haven't
me,
heard about this before.
the line that got me is like, if I have to sit in the sun and drink a warm beer and deep throat a glizzy, I better see something. I'm like, good.
Oh, that's the best. Hey,
Please tell me you sent me that. Please tell me. You sent me.
I don't know if I did or not.
Oh,
this guy knows what he wants,
that's
right?
really good.
Oh yeah, it
Okay.
was good. It was very, very good. I don't know if I said it to anybody or not. It's just like one of those, like, oh, that's good. Whatever.
Hey, since we're really off the rails,
Yeah.
Team Mingo.
That's a 1 out of 5.
Yeah, I know.
That's an absolute
I know.
1 out of 5.
I was looking forward and thinking, I don't know. Let's throw it in here.
All right. So we're
Talking
pretty
about
much
see-through
aligned.
pants.
We're pretty much
Big
aligned here.
units.
This is gonna be 4-1 at worst.
At worst.
Yes.
Everyone's staying healthy, of course. You're always going to play that card and keep that in mind. And fingers crossed, knock on all the things. And
Fucking Frank.
Jesus, fuck,
Putting that out there.
Jesus, good God.
That happened again. That happened before on this podcast. Have you heard about
Yeah.
this, Frank? Have you heard about this story?
I have.
Yeah, we told him the story.
You
Now,
fragged.
the good thing is that he's
It
not.
wasn't
the
me.
No,
No,
she
it
wasn't
fragged
me.
Carson Wentz's career. I remember.
Yeah,
That would
yeah.
be
Frank
good
is,
shit. When he
Frank
blew out
is-
both of his ankles the week after she said he would.
Technically, he
Frank-
didn't break them both at the same time.
Frank might be a dipshit, but he's not the magical dipshit. So I'm not going to assign
Oh.
him any power whatsoever. So
If what I say about happening in sports happens in sports, that'd be amazing. It
right.
very rarely happens.
And that's why we still have you on here.
Entertainment value. So game number 1, Saturday night, 6:30 tip. You can catch it on ABC. I don't think it's actually going to be local on game 1. I saw something today where I think game 2 and 3 will also be on local broadcast in addition to the national, but the game 1's on ABC solo. So
Yeah, we get altitude for 2 and 3 and 4, I think,
something like that.
something like that.
Also, there are no lakes in Los Angeles. Carry on.
That's because they're from Minneapolis.
I know. I'm aware. Thank you, Frank, for telling me something I knew.
Yeah, thank you.
There's people that might
Captain
actually have
Appreciate
a
it.
question about why they're called the Lakers, considering where they are.
I actually just explained that to my wife on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's like, and the Lakers moved from Minnesota to Los Angeles, where there are no lakes, and then the Jazz went to Utah, where they don't allow music.
Yeah,
But
and
did you
there's no Grizzlies in Memphis
Did
either.
you watch basketball this week?
No, I haven't yet. I'm trying to talk her into it. We're working on talking her into it because she's
Into
not gonna
watching
like it
what?
very much. Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm working.
When they
up
do
on
the
it.
history of sports when they're moving, I love that part so very much.
The last stupid movie I talked up like that was Kung Pao Way of the Fist.
That's good.
She doesn't like stupid humor. She
That's-
she doesn't like it. It's so good. It's
But
so
that
good.
thing's got layers of stupid and highbrow stuff that if you're not really paying attention, you'll miss it. And
Yeah.
God, I love that movie so much.
Are you talking about basketball or Kung Pao right now?
Kung Pao. Kung Pao.
Okay.
Basketball's great too, but
So there's not a lot of highbrow humor in
There's
baseball.
no highbrow in basketball, so it's stringing
pull
back.
this car back on the road. Pull this car back on the road.
All right, speaking of pulling the car back on the road, let's get back on track and go to dipshit of the week.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right. So I'm going to start dipshit of the week
Yeah.
because I have a feeling that if I don't, then mine's going to get stolen.
Probably, if it's what I think it is.
Yeah, my dipshit of the week is one Jonte Porter, formerly of the Toronto Raptors, also the brother of Michael Porter Jr. here of the Denver Nuggets. He has been banned for life from the NBA for gambling on himself and his team to the tune of $22,000. That's what he won.
Yeah.
He threw it all away for 22 grand, doing the one thing that you should never do. And a lesson that's been taught and learned over the last 40 something years here, folks. Do not gamble on yourself or your team if you're in sports. I feel sorry for the Porter family. They're going through some stuff right now, and that was just a piss poor decision. Hopefully he can find a way to make a living playing basketball somewhere else, but it's not going to I'm thinking China, Israel, Turkey, something like that, maybe France,
Italy, Germany.
But it's not going to be in the NBA anymore. So my dipshit of the week is Jonte Porter. Mark, you got one?
Yeah, actually, so I was ready, but I got to send it to you guys, and the link has been sent. I need you guys to look at that. And this comes to me during the podcast from a game that is happening right now from one Mr. Toaster, Joel Embiid flopping on an intentional.
Jesus.
He's taking a free throw, and it's an intentional foul free throw, and he misses it and then flops. It literally is. It's his flopping motion that he always does every time that he throws up a shot.
What?
And he literally, it's the same motion he does. Like, it is his flop. That is his flop. That's his signature. After he misses an intent, nobody's around him. There isn't anybody in the half court that he is on, and he flops.
Yeah.
That was impressive, actually.
That's on brand.
So
I'll allow it.
There's Joel Embiid being a jackass as we all know him.
Yep. That's awesome. Tank, what do you got?
I've got a couple, but I think the one I'm going to go with is Skip Bayless.
No, what did Skip do this week?
He decided to say, I'm not going to vote for Jokic to win MVP. The fact that he has a vote is kind of gross. The fact that he's not voting for Jokic is completely based on the idea that he's tired of seeing him win. He even admits that he deserves it. He admits that he's the best player in the league, but he is refusing to vote for him anyhow. So, there you go. Skip Bayless gets to vote on MVP and won't vote for the guy just because he doesn't want to see him win.
How the fuck is that a thing? He's a football guy.
Yeah, he's a Cowboys fan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Cowboys fans, I agree, should not be allowed to vote on anything.
But that's what he's famous for, is being a Cowboys fan. Like that. Yep. That's his shtick.
Right.
Yeah, he's
even when he's throwing Troy Aikman under the bus and calling him homosexual in a book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's a thing that has happened.
That is 100%
an actual thing, yeah. No, he is in general just a dipshit.
1,000% toaster.
But specifically, I saw that. I was like, oh, that is extra stupid. Thanks for that,
Skip. Says some stupid shit on the daily. That is MO right. Skip 1,000.
Yeah. He is clickbait central. And I always, anytime I think of Skip Bayless, and I try not to, thank you, Tank, for bringing him to the front of my consciousness, but I will never forgive him ever for his comments after Damar Hamlin and his situation that happened a couple years ago on Monday Night Football, and his take of putting the game over. Yeah, shut the fuck up, dude. Dude died on the field. Fuck right off, moron.
Yeah, fuck.
All right, shit. That's right. Final thoughts. Pimp the things. Tank, take it away.
Yeah, you can catch us on all of the socials: TikTok, and Instagram, and Facebook, and YouTube, and Twitch at My Brother's an Idiot. We're putting up stuff pretty much daily at this point on TikTok, and Instagram's kind of catching up there too. So you can catch us there, and then you can find us on. I think that's it. Actually, is that it? That is it. You can also find me on all of the socials at Tank Knox or Knox Nostalgia Collectibles.
What about the cookies? I want to hear
Cookies. Fucking cookies, bro. Come on.
I'm still trying to resolve that issue. We're having an issue with Facebook currently not allowing me or my wife to be the administrator on the account for some reason. So once we get that figured out, Frank the Tank's Cookie Bank will be up and running.
Fair enough.
Mark, final thoughts?
Not really any that come to my brain. The stuff is delicious. Go find it. Bora Bora. Yeah, there you go. Lots of good flavors. And then, Nerds That Know, too. Check that shit out.
There you go.
We do that. We do
Do
that.
that as well. Same group here with Duchess Bobby leading the way. I do want to end with this. There is no denying that LeBron James is one of the greatest players this league has ever seen. There is absolutely also no denying the fact that LeBron James is also not the greatest Laker ever. He's not even close. And the current version of LeBron James isn't probably even in the top 100 players of all time. He's got a shot and he's got a drive, and that's it. Mentally soft, tries to do too much himself, and he is going to be the downfall of the Lakers again this season. Mark my words, as he's been the downfall of the Lakers since they won the bubble championship where they gave him all that power. So fuck that guy.
But they won the in-season tournament.
Wah fucking we. Who cares?
You forgot. He's got the ball fake where he doesn't have the ball in his hand but looks at it anyway.
I'm just happy my man
some
decided
people
to give up on his hairline. Like, he's not putting plugs anymore.
The years of the plugs were
fantastic.
Disturbing. Absolutely disturbing. Like, come on.
Yeah. I'm just glad my man's comfortable that he's getting older. That's all I care about. Like,
Right. Hey, what? So let me ask you this real quick. Last thing. LeBron did his I may or may not retire at the end of the series last year. Do you think maybe he's going to pull the same card and try to take some of the steam away from the conversation being around the Nuggets if they lose? What's the over under there?
No, but it's going to happen, and not just for that reason, because Bronny's in the draft.
That's what I was going to say.
The conversation about him retiring or unretiring will overtake the fact that Bronny's not going to get drafted, and so that it won't even be news, and he'll go back to school. And so he's going to take over the conversation for that period of time specifically so that they don't talk about his kid. You've heard it here first. Another tinfoil victory for Mark Poffel.
I was going to say the Lakers are going to
at all.
I was going to say the Lakers are going to draft Bronny in the first round just because he said so.
Oh, that would be. There's not an NBA person you can find that says that Bronny's draftable.
No, but both of Giannis's brothers are in the league somehow.
Because Giannis wanted his brother on the fucking team.
And what do you think?
Hold on. Giannis
LeBron
got his brother on the team after he was already in the league.
I know.
He made the league on his own. He's a mid player. He's nowhere near where his brother is.
No.
I mean, he's an NBA basketball player. He's one of the best players in the world. When you compare him to where his brother is, he's not in that stratosphere. But he made the league on his own. This is going to be a situation where potentially LeBron's driving the conversation because maybe somebody grabs him and thinking they can get LeBron and sell some tickets, right? That's a thing that could happen.
Or LeBron's going to bitch and complain until we see Bronny in his, stupid little yellow and purple jersey sitting at the end of the bench all season long.
Number 12. Jesus.
Yep.
That, you know what? Fuck it. Let him use a roster spot on it, and it'll just cement everything.
I guarantee that's what happens.
I very specifically remember talking that we weren't going to talk about the Lakers, and we've spent more time talking about the Lakers than
because they're playing them.
I know. It just makes me angry. I just get angry about. I get that it's fine to do, but
I understand.
It's a hard pill to jump off of. I know we framed it that we will talk about them when they play, and now they're playing, and it's fine. But it's not fine.
They are momentarily.
They get enough coverage. Maybe
that's my final thought. Fuck LeBron. Fuck him and everything he stands for. Fuck him.
I'll buy a Cleveland jersey. That's where
Can't
he's the
hold
best.
Jordan's jock, whatever. All right, so make sure you catch us in all the socials. Tank mentioned them.
4, 5.
Yeah, whatever. I'm taking my talents to Southeast. Go fuck yourself.
That was still the best press conference ever.
So
It was the
good.
worst press conference ever.
So good.
So Tank mentioned the socials. You can find Mark's Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok at Poffle Time. My Twitch and Twitter at Poffleupicus. You can also find me on TikTok at King Goon Smoke. I will be traveling next week with the Progenitor. I'm going to a beer conference in Vegas. Going to be hanging out with Milty for a couple days. He's not staying the whole time. Mark, I did order the air tag yesterday. It'll be here tomorrow. So I will have a way to track Milty.
Gonna chip dad.
Yeah, I'm chipping.
This has been discussed already. We
already talked about it. I'm like,
this is pre-approved.
Right. There not many times that the Progenitor is left completely on his own in Vegas. And
That seems like the best.
Toaster's been there for some of them.
Toaster starts some of it. So, all right. This story.
Here we go. There we go. We knew it was coming, Toaster.
Yeah, knew it was coming. Yeah, here it comes. So,
microphone off for this. I love this shit.
Is this Toaster in the bath?
No. That's not even that. So we're in Vegas. We're doing the family thing pre-wedding, right? And Milty's in a space where he's actually pretty good. It's later in the evening. He's getting tired. He mentions he probably should go to bed. And we're at a bank of slot machines close to the restrooms over by the noodle house of the Park MGM. And I said, all right, I'm not ready to go to bed yet, but I'll walk you up. Let me go to the bathroom first. And when I come back, we'll take you upstairs. You can grab a drink and everything right. And he's like, okay, fine. I go to the bathroom. I come back out. And suddenly a wild Toaster has appeared. Sitting next to Milty, and he's got him all spun up. And Milty looks at me with one eye open and the other eye almost completely closed and says, we're going to go play craps. So Toaster and Milty stumbles over to the craps table, starts playing crapless craps, and the motherfucker starts winning. And if you've never seen Milty play craps, it's a work of art. Man is just a genius as long as someone's actually hitting numbers and not sevening out all the time.
Right.
So at this point, the Empress is texting me. He needs to go to bed. I'm like, I know that. He's playing craps and won't get off the table. How am I the adult here?
I was there at that point. You called me the second they started walking to the craps table. I was in bed. He calls me. He's like, he's your ward, talking about Toaster. He's your friend. He's your ward. Get the fuck down here and get him to bed. How am I the adult here? Hangs up the phone. So I throw my
Milty's winning.
He's downstairs.
He's up about $1,000. He's got chips in front of him in no semblance of any kind of order. I'm standing next to him like, all right, this cannot stand. So I start organizing his chips. The dealer's looking at me
I keep poking over his shoulder going, this has to stop.
Yeah, I'm like, this has to
for
stop.
like 5 minutes like this.
But he keeps,
Matt and I both look at each other going, this has to stop.
He keeps fucking winning, and he's winning big. I'm putting stacks of $25 chips in my pocket just so he doesn't like lose them on the table or anywhere else.
More of it, yeah.
Throw more on
the hard way. So he hits a hard 8. It's funny you said hard 8. So he hits a hard 8 and wins like $100. And typically in Milty style, if he's in his own mind, he usually would tip the dealers after a big win like that. Well, he didn't do that. So I grabbed a $5 chip and I say, fellas on the field for a nickel, which is what he says every single time. It's an homage to him. I'm just, doing the thing that he would do because he's not in the right frame of mind. He turns and he looks at me and he goes, that's my fucking money. I'm like, bro, you just won $100. Shut the fuck up.
Just like that. And it was like when he did. It was that deliberate word. It was like a solid 2 seconds from him going, that's my fucking money.
He turned like Batista because he couldn't like move his neck, because Batista's got those huge traps. He's just like move. Yeah, just whole upper body. My fucking money. Finally get his ass upstairs, get him in towards the room, get him in the room, walk him in towards the bed, and I just give him a push to the bed and look at the Empress and say, he's all fucking yours. I'm out of here. That's the Milty story in Vegas.
That's fantastic.
That's one of. And that that's only one of several on that trip. But that
I know. So Yeah, so I bought the AirTag. So we're gonna chip Milty.
Thank God. Thank God.
Good idea.
I'll make sure to post screenshots of where he is.
It's not unreasonable. Yeah.
Chat.
No, it's not.
Let's
There
get a
comes the
social
world
presence
biz
for him
bar,
in
and
Vegas just in case he wanders off.
Right. There's only going to be one of like 6 places he's going to be, but it's those 6 places are huge, so it's not like I can go
Right.
track him down, right?
Yeah.
That's
Anyway.
the best.
All right. Well, for the absent Muti, we love you, Muti.
We love you, Milty.
For the absent but busy as shit dipshit, we love you, dipshit.
Nah, dipshit's okay.
God,
Go Bruins.
You're brutal. Oh, I forgot the game or the series.
Yep.
Go
Whatever.
Bruins.
They can pound on each other for 7 games, and I don't care. And the next one can lose in the second round. That'd be fine by me. This has been my brother's idiot for Tank and Mark. We'll see you next time. See ya, bruh.
Bruh.